Talking Movies.
Top 10 Film Noir Movies. I'm hoping my viewers will also like this category I'm introducing. Made around the same time as the height of the Western genre, often with the same actors such as Widmark, Mitchum, Heston, and more. If you like this video, come and see my other videos on my channel. The link is in the description. Apologies up front for any mispronunciations of names. What is film noir? A genre of films made in the 40s and 50s, with stylistic and thematic similarities. Tales of crime and moral ambiguity, shot in black and white with high contrast lighting, bright lights and deep shadows. Film noir is French for black film, misleading as these aren't French films. The term was coined by French critics. German cinematographers and directors like John F. Seitz and Fritz Lang deserve the credit for creating the style. Applying expressionism to American crime stories, exposing the internal turmoil of private investigators and violent gangsters, so they are visible to all. Critics started calling them black films. Nowadays, one would say that was racist. Guns, tough guys, dames, cigarettes and hats. There's no film noir without them. Let's jump in and take a look at 10 of the top film noirs. They Lived by Night. Wrongly convicted for murder as a teen, Bowie, Bowers, Farley Granger, breaks out of prison with two other criminals, Crickamore, Howard De Silva, and T-Dub, J.C. Flippin. While hiding out, Bowie meets Crickamore's niece, Chi-Chi, Kathy O'Donnell, and they bond. Wanting to clear his name, Bowie decides to participate in a robbery with the others, so he can afford a lawyer. As he gets drawn further into crime, Bowie contemplates running away with Chi-Chi and starting over. Kiss Me Deadly. One evening, private detective Mike Hammer, Ralph Meeker, picks up a strange woman, Christina, Cloris Leachman, who's standing on the highway wearing only a trench coat. They were stopped farther on by strangers who knock out Mike and murder Christina. Although warned not to investigate by the police, Mike and his girlfriend and assistant, Velda, Maxine Cooper, become ensnared in a dark plot involving scientist Dr. Soberine, Albert Decker, and Christina's terrified roommate, Lily, Gabby Rogers. Out of the Past. The quiet life of small-town gas station owner Jeff Bailey, Robert Mitchum, is interrupted when a figure from his shady past, small-time crook Joe Stephanus, Paul Valentine, recognizes him. Stephanus's boss, crooked gambler Whit Sterling, Kirk Douglas, had hired Jeff to track down Kathy Moffat, Jane Greer, a girlfriend who shot Whit, and made off with $40,000 of his. Jeff and Kathy fell in love, but she left him to go back to Sterling, who now wants Jeff to settle a few old scores.
Yes? With pleasure, senor.
The Big Sleep. Private investigator Philip Marlowe, Humphrey Bogart, is hired by General Sternwood to resolve a gambling debt of his wild young daughter, Carmen, Martha Vickers. Sternwood's older daughter, Vivian, Lauren Bacall, provides assistance when she implies that the situation is more complex, and also involves casino owner John Ridgely and a recently disappeared family friend. As people linked to the Sternwoods start being murdered, Marlowe finds himself getting even deeper into the case. Nightmare Alley. Critics don't rate this one too highly, but audiences seem to love it. Nightmare Alley is a classic, but not the one by Guillermo del Toro. Edmund Golding's post-World War II film had an unusually large budget for a movie of this style, as well as casting the star Tyrone Power as the lead. Here, Powers plays the conman and accidental murderer, Stan Carlyle, as he pretends to have mind-reading powers to propel himself to fame. This surprisingly dark and emotional story inspired Del Toro's remake of the same name. The Killing. Not yet the well-known filmmaker he would later become, Stanley Kubrick decided to try his hand at the noir genre in 1956. What resulted was an inventive experiment in telling a non-linear story. The Killing includes all the classics: a heist, in which a veteran criminal gathers a team to pull off the biggest crime of their careers, stealing $2 million from the betting pools of a horse race. Action, and the morally grey lead who is, ultimately, faced with the consequences of his actions. The real strength of the movie is the way it's shot, repeating scenes of the heist from various characters' points of view at different areas on the racetrack. The one timekeeper being a particular scene that is repeated over and over. The Killing, as one of Kubrick's first great films, is worth looking up. The Maltese Falcon, an adaptation of crime writer Dashiell Hammett's popular noir book of the same name, The Maltese Falcon, was an early example of what film noir would grow from. It follows hard-boiled private detective Sam Spade as he goes off on his cynical journey to retrieve a priceless falcon statue. What follows is a tale of deception, betrayal, and dramatic deaths. The film was meticulously shot, even for today's standards, and the director fought to include material against the then-current Hays Code of filmmaking, such as drinking, which he felt added to the character's authenticity. The Third Man. The Third Man is a classic tale of a writer solving his friend's murder. Set the film in Vienna adds a great layer of atmosphere to a film renowned for exactly that. The Third Man is often called one of the best films ever, earning its spot on the best of list by a wide margin. On-location shooting in 1940s era Vienna allows for a beautiful, if gritty, post-World War II setting. Gratuitous use of Dutch angles, a focus on the black market, and the satisfying bittersweet ending make this movie into something special for its time. Sunset Boulevard. Sunset Boulevard, a 3-time Academy Award winner, praised as one of the best movies ever made, deserves its place within the best of film noir. Tracking the tumultuous codependent relationship between a struggling screenwriter and a former silent film star, Sunset Boulevard is a tense drama featuring a descent into madness and eventually murder. Characteristic of the film noir genre, it begins at the end of the story and gradually explains how the events came to be.
What I'm trying to say is that I'm all wrong.
Touch of Evil. Having star Charlton Heston and direction by Orson Welles are only a couple of the things that caused this movie to eventually become a cult classic. At the start, reviewers, and even Heston himself, expressed doubt that it would ever take off. With what seemed to be a thin plot, along with a tendency for style over substance. Still, that style got some praise, with even critics having to admit how good the filmmaking was. Following bombs, race tensions on the Mexican border, and crooked cops, is a great piece of film history. Again, apologies for any mistakes with mispronunciations of names. I'm doing my best. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate likes, shares, and subscribers. They help me a lot. Also hit the notification button to get my new videos. Bye for now.